Hey everyone, it's Bill from BC Ultimate RC. Got the 4x4 Stampede here to show you, trying some things out and just set it up, just to try to do some pulling with it. That's why it's sitting down at the front end some. But anyway, I'm going to raise it back up a little bit, soften the shocks up some so I can drive it out here and move the shock position on a little bit. It's got the F11 rims on it. 2.8s, and it's got the Super Swamper tires all the way around. They're awesome with the F11 rims because it gives you a wider stance, and that translates to more stability, so it flips over a lot less than what it used to. They work out pretty well. Anyway, we'll get to the inside of this thing in a second. Look at the Proline caps on it. I put those on pretty much just about everything. Also, this has got an 8th scale body on it. It's cut kind of funky because I was doing the truck pull thing, so I kind of wanted to cut out the fender wells and stuff just like they do on their stuff on the 4-wheel drive pulling trucks. But you tried using the 8th scale bodies on these. Some of them work pretty well just because I think they look more proportional than the 1/10 scale. A little bit of modification. If you get the square Proline body post, you can pretty much put anything on you want because they're adjustable, and I just don't cut them off so that I can raise them and lower them and all that stuff that I need to do. Anyway, let's get to the inside of this thing. So this truck was originally an XL5 MT monster truck, and I changed everything. This was my first truck that I got it at Christmas. My wife got it for me, and I changed everything on this thing probably within about 2 weeks, and then I did the motor and everything later on. But it's got Proline shocks all the way around. Well, it had Proline shocks all the way around. I broke one and lost the shock, so these are, I don't even know the brand. They were in some parts that I had. They're axle aluminum body shock. So I had to put both of those on the front until I get another set of Prolines. It's got MIP axles. It's got the adjustable camber links all the way around. Got the Proline body post kit. I've got the TSM controller and receiver on this. It's got the RPM arms all the way around. You can also see I've got the 1515 Castle 8th scale 2200 kV motor. It's a Mamba Max Pro with the Castle Mamba Max Pro ESC with the integrated fan, and on the motor you can see I have Frankenstein 2 Castle fans together. They're plastic welded together to try to keep this thing cooled off, but I don't think I ever have to worry about it. This thing has so much power that you have to kind of work with controlling it some. That's why I put the TSM on it, but worry about being underpowered, that's for sure. This thing is crazy. You got all the power you want. I very rarely ever drive it full throttle, but in tall grass and stuff like that, this thing it just flies through it. I mean, never overheats, no problems at all. I can tell you it was very little modification to get it in. I did switch the gearing beans. This is 2200 kV. I took the 3800 blending out. So I did gear this up. It kept the stock spur, the 54 tooth, 32 pitch, but the pinion is a 19 tooth, and that kind of helps out with the gear ratio some. It works out really well, and I would highly recommend doing this because it is so much easier on the motor and ESC when you have this setup. A little harder on the drivetrain, but if you have the drivetrain upgraded, it handles it well. You just don't slam the throttle every time you take off. It's like driving your own car. When you get to a stop sign and you take off, you don't smash the gas to the floor every time you leave, of course. So it's about the same thing. This also has the aluminum upgraded Traxxas hub carriers and all that stuff on there, and the steering knuckles, front and back. That makes a huge difference. It's got upgraded ceramic bearings in it. They also do really well, especially when you're driving in water and stuff like that, which I don't do as much of that anymore as I used to. It's got the standard everyday Stampede lights on it. Wheelie bar, had the aluminum ones on there, but for some reason I keep losing tires off of them. Even if I glue them, it seems like they want to just take off on me. But I've also got some lighting I'm going to do on this thing soon. I've got a bunch of 10mm blue lights, LED lights. I'm going to build my own circuit board and do some stuff with that. So anyway, this is the truck. This is probably my go-to. This is one of my favorites, mainly because my wife bought it for me for Christmas, but this got me started in the hobby. I've said it before, I watched RC Zoo's videos. He got me hooked on wanting to get one, and my wife got it for me for Christmas, and that was after watching one of his Stampede videos, and the rest is history. I've got, I think, 22 or 23 different types of RCs now. So anyway, I'll be showing you more of those too as we go along. I've got Airboats that I've custom built myself from my own plans, and a pulling truck that I made with twin motors on it, and we'll get into all that later on. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we're going to try to do a run video as soon as we get a little slack in the rain here, probably sometime in the next hour or so. I am running this on a three cell 5000 mAh battery. It's 20C discharge. Honestly, I could go to 6 cell on this thing, but when you see this thing run, you'll know why I don't. You absolutely don't need it. All I'm going to do is break stuff like constantly. It's, it can be bad enough now with the 3S if you got to be careful with it. But it's just you got to get used to driving it. But definitely won't go over 3S on this thing. 4x4 Stampede, 2200 kV mamba castle motor. Thing's crazy. It's all over the place. I love this truck though, man. It's awesome. But without TSM, you can't drive it. And that was about half to 3/4 throttle. It's still got more left, but the front end keeps coming up. I'm going to see if I can get a full speed run here. Not quite. Try one more time, see if we can get a speed run. There we go. We got one that time. That was really close to full throttle. It was almost maxed out. And with it, I can get some serious aerial shots, man. It's cool. I wanted you all to see this tripod that I'm using. It's a professional tripod. The thing is 7 feet tall, and it adjusts all the way down to 2 feet, about 1.5 feet. This thing is nice. My wife got me this for my filming. She paid 20 bucks for this thing used, and it's over $200, so it's pretty cool. Well, that's all the movie, everybody. It's starting to rain again. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Next giveaway will be next Friday. They must be subbed by Thursday night, so I have time to prepare for it. Now we're getting more subscribers. It takes longer to get things ready. So next week, our giveaway will be bigger than what it was this week. Andre, if you're watching this, you haven't contacted me, so I can ship out your parts, buddy. Give me a holler, and all of you have a good day. Take care.